Muhammad Mustafa ya Rabbal Alamin. InshaAllah, what we have from our online audience and the immense importance of a family, that we always try to remind ourselves to be very loving, very happy, very smiley. I always remember that in the visiting of Mawlana Shaykh Sultan al-Awliya, that the immense happiness in the heart, that he was always smiling, always happy, very loving. Just the immensity and the great sadness of that not being on this earth anymore. And the earth doesn't need hardness, doesn't need angry faces of guidance, but needs happy people in an unhappy time. We pray that they dress us from these tajallis on all of us to be happy in Allah's way, regardless of whatever we may deem to be difficult. Is Allah's love dresses us, then the face should show it with happiness and khushya and softness within the heart. InshaAllah, Allah to make us to be the servants of love and ishq, and to remember Sultan al-Awliya at every moment of the good character, the good manners and the immense love. And my Shaykh Mawlana Shaykh Hisham, that Allah bless his soul infinite, and what his gift and his knowledge and his capacity and his love that granted upon the heart, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam.
Sayyidi, there's a couple of questions from the last night lecture, inshaAllah.
Alhamdulillah.
We have all prophets are gathered around the Qaf of the Qur'an and derive their realities from it. Does this mean their books also originated from the Qur'an?
This is the teachings. This is the reality of Tawheed. We said that the external people they think the kalima la ilaha illAllah Muhammadur Rasulullah they think very little of it. But every reality exists within the kalima. Means that the only way to la ilaha illAllah anciently is Muhammadun Rasulullah. So in the world, what does that mean? That Muhammadur Rasulullah is the entirety of light. Every Prophet's soul is within that light, made from Muhammadun Rasulullah, all gathered around the qalb. We can't put an image to it, so that's why we image and imagine like atish-e-gul. What was the nat that we listened to Haji Bilan? Anjuman atish-e-gul. Who's this Anjuman? Who are these gatherings? They gather around this beatific fire, not a fire that people can understand, but like a flower, so pure. The light when it's so pure, only thing you know of it in dunya is a fire, because fire you use to purify things. When something's not right or has impurity, what you do in science or in gold, and then you put it into the fire and the fire take away all impurities. Because we can't give an image to something, we give an image saying that all these souls are gathered around a Divinely fire. That Divinely fire from Qur'an, what Allah ana Allah, the fire when it talked it said, I am Allah. But Allah has no shaykh, no form, but this just for us to understand when these souls in the Muhammadan light, all from Muhammadun Rasulullah they gather around the light, then every knowledge, every book came from that fire, came from Allah's speech. Everything of that fire is Qur'an. When it doesn't manifest and at a higher level, Illahul Mahfuz, the preserved tablet. on what written and what destined. And Kitab, in which Allah fire is being revealed to the soul of Prophet but not spoken. So means then these are immense realities, everything coming from that fire, everything. This is manzil Qur'an, this is the house of Qur'an. So everything coming from that Divinely speech. Where else could it come from? Because this is tawheed, doesn't come from a different location because it's a different book. All of it is under Muhammadun Rasulullah. So he owns all books, and that's why all books are under this reality of the speech of Allah. And they're books that are in truth. By the time the reality came to the dunya, it has been corrupted by millions. And that's why in all of these books now are corrupted books, except for Holy Qur'an, which is the original blockchain. Every other book, there was 30,000, Council of Nicaea, they had 30,000 versions of different scripts, none of them from the presence of their Prophets. So the only one that Allah sent because of the last days and the deen of Allah is Islam. So according then of Allah's deen, of course it's going to come safeguarded. Came on the original blockchain, that's why now everybody holds a key, because the concept of the blockchain is it's stored in everybody's heart. So all these hafiz and reciters of Holy Qur'an, means hafiz means guardians. When somebody becomes a guardian of Holy Qur'an, they are part of the blockchain. How many hundreds of millions have memorized the Qur'an entirely? So these are the safeguard Allah put for Holy Qur'an. So if somebody tries to manipulate from their country and reprint something in the Qur'an, the 900 million or 400 million memorizers will point out, this been changed, now negate this country, because they're tampering with Qur'an. And many have tried to tamper with it and the Hafizes have jumped in and said, no, this is wrong. Even in the recitation, when the Imam is reciting on Taraweeh, they're showing on social media the Imam, big Imam is reciting and a child is correcting him because he's Hafiz but the Imam is not Hafiz. This is a sign that Allah safeguarded the Qur'an. So this is the amazing gift for the nation who carries the religion of Allah upon the earth. Where everyone thought, oh it's all the religions, no, they showed themselves not to be the religions of Allah, they became human worshippers. The true religion of Allah, the only religion of Allah, and in the last days will be the only power of Allah is in Islam. And that we described in knowledges when Sayyidina Zulqarnain said, we came across a people whom hardly knew a word. Means look at the languages on this earth right now, none of which have power. The only language that has power, means connected to an ocean of haqqaiq and reality, is the Quranic Arabic, because it comes with the power of Sayyidina Muhammad. What you recite from it is directly connected into the heavens, and they can begin to emanate Divinely power and Divinely qudra upon this earth to the defense of humanity. Not a single language like that remains. There used to be other languages but they sold their souls to devils. As a result, if they recite, that language is locked, and the only power they're receiving are from the jinn and the jan and the dajjal. So this is immense. Chinese has no power, English has no power, Spanish has no power, there's none of these languages. That's what Zulqarnain meant. We came across a people whom had barely a word. Not that they didn't speak, but their words had no rohaniyat. It was not connected to divine powers. Right? Farsi has, because it's rooted in Qur'an and rooted in power. Urdu has because they have the roots of all of these realities. Means these are languages connected and flowers of the Holy Qur'an because they take their realities from that reality. As a result, when they recite and when they speak, it has a power from the heavenly and Divinely Kingdom and the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
See, there's a question in reference of the verse from the Qur'an. In Surah Al A'raf verse 16 of the Qur'an, shaitan said, "Because you have led me astray, I will surely lie in wait for them on your straight path." And we learned the straight path means Siratal Mustaqim. Does this mean that shaitan is explicitly stating his intentions to obstruct our love for and adherence to Sayyidina Muhammad?
Is a good question. That's the common sense. If you're not on Siratal Mustaqim, why shaitan want to bother you? You're already on his path. So you look to other nations, Prophet described I think through Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq that every time I pray this shaitan is bothering me. And why? He said, because shaitan doesn't go to the barn and think he wants to steal something. He goes to the palace where there's jewels trying to steal something. The prayer of a believer is filled with the jewels of heavens and shaitan want to take from that reality. But the actions of corrupt people, shaitan already has them, those are his murids, why he wants to bother them. And that's why you see the battle is against Islam. Because who's not the murid of shaitan on this earth right now? Islam. Which Islam? The one that loves Sayyidina Muhammad because they have a fake Islam. Right? They build masjids to deviate people from the reality of Islam. I think what is 9107? Is that right? Anybody know English? Junaid, you know English? Let's go 9107. Is that the ayah?
And those hypocrites who built a mosque to cause harm and due to disbelief and in order to cause divisions among the Muslims and to await the one who is at the outset an opponent of Allah and His noble messenger. And they will surely swear that we wished only good, and Allah is witness that they are indeed liars.
No 108.
Never stand for worship in that mosque. Indeed, the mosque that has been founded on piety from the very first day deserves that you should stand in it. In it are the people who wish to thoroughly cleanse themselves, and Allah loves the clean. The mosque built by the hypocrites, the mosque at Quba built by the Holy Prophet and his companions, the merit
No,
of
that's the history, then this history is not relevant. What Allah give as the word mutahireen. Who are people in a masjid who are mutahireen? So Allah one is ordering us and telling us, why you think the masjids are built for Allah? Be careful of these people whom pretend to be from Islam, who even they sold their Islam and they support masjids on all over this earth. The same guy who sold Islam now in that area, he sends the money to support all the masjids on earth. And then he puts his imam from the people whom sold the religion that they don't believe in love in Sayyidina Muhammad, and Allah's command in this is, don't go into those masjids. Go to the masjid in which their intention was pure. Who has pure intention now? They have to be Ahl dhikr, the people of dhikrullah. Not the anjuman of presidents and council of this, council of that, they get together, they want to build structures and build masjid on every block, and they connive and steal and cheat. They call people, don't go to his mawlid. These are conniving thieves, these are not the mutahhireen. Who are the mutahhireen? In which they sit, they do zikr, their hearts are clean, they have a fear of Allah. And Allah said, pray only in those places of mutahhireen, at least the ahl dhikr, dhikrullahi tatma'inna quloob. If they're not cleaning their heart, how could their structure be clean when all inside of them and all the people gathered inside the structure are not clean and not taking away to be clean? So no, every masjid is not built for Allah. Many in the last days they're built for shaitan, and Allah describes in this verse 107 and 109 from Surah Tawbah, the gate of our way. We enter through Bab at-Tawbah. Allah gives our guidelines within the Qur'an, be careful. The last days, these masjids left and right, they're meant to deceive you so that you step in and you lose your faith, you lose your love. They say everything is a shirk, you begin to have fear and you begin to have the madhab of shaitan. Shaitan doesn't accept any Bani Adam and say, I would never sujood for any Bani Adam, I only worship Allah. But this is the madhab of shaitan, worshipness for Allah but love for Sayyidina Muhammad is our way. So that the adab of shaitan is going to now come upon this earth with his Dajjal. His Dajjal is a jinn coming with the aqeedah of shaitan, where they say, oh no, we worship only Allah and we blow up and destroy everything. Why you blow up and destroy everything? Oh, because we were trying to purify everything for Allah. Are you kidding me? Allah's creation, Prophet the messenger of Allah, not a water can be poisoned, not an animal can be harmed, not a child can be harmed. This is the way of the heavens. Allah created all His creation with love. So we see that on this earth now but people don't believe it. So we said, what is the masjid of Allah? Qalbul mu'min, the heart of the mu'min. That's what Allah built. The rest of the buildings you people built. And you pray, hope there's somebody pious in there, if not they're gonna shake you out of everything and take away your faith and leave you with an empty structure. And then the people go bankrupt, they feel nothing, they have no love for Prophet, they're just sitting there doing nothing. And this is the deceit of the last days, especially when these are being funded by the people who sold the religion. So mutahhireen, that same word Allah describing, none will know the Qur'an except the mutahhireen. So many people think they're picking up the Qur'an. We say, don't pick up the Qur'an when you're dirty, only pick up the Qur'an when you are mutahhireen. Well, people thought, okay, they have to make wudu, physical wudu. Okay, yes, physical wudu, but more important than your physical wudu, because wudu could be 1 cup of water, because it wasn't about the water, it was about the action of wudu, but the real wudu was the heart. So unless your heart is clean and your blood is clean, Allah said, don't touch the Qur'an unless you're mutahhireen, because it will be of no benefit to you. You look at it and only coming for you is right and wrong, because Qur'an is reading the servant. So everything Allah is always coming back to mutahhireen, be pure. What? Dhikrullahi tatma'inna quloob. You have to be from people of dhikrullah, because zikrullah means they're continuously polishing, making salawat, making their durood, making istighfar. Last days why? Astaghfirullah al-azim wa tubu ilayk and durood al-sharif. Because ayatul Qur'an where Allah said, I won't punish them while they're making tawbah and that you're in their presence. So we're trying to save people from Allah's ghadab and anger, where Allah from Qur'an is giving people, because they say, Shaykh, we don't speak from Qur'an, all of the teaching is from Qur'an, it's just you don't know the Qur'an. Allah's shelter from punishment in ayatul Qur'an was, I would not punish them while they're making istighfar and that you're present with them. So this is our protection in the last days, all day long every day make istighfar because Allah said they're making istighfar. Then they make durood al-sharif in the second half of the day. Why? So that Prophet's soul will be present with them. Then Allah say, I'm not going to punish you, you just ask for forgiveness, you're making durood al-sharif and the soul of Prophet is with you. How I want to punish you when Prophet's soul is right there with you, giving you back salams. So don't make it complicated, it's very easy but people just have to hear and follow. When we said about the masjid they, oh what are you talking about? I'm telling you Allah is warning you. Don't go, you don't have to take your family to a place and then get confused, you don't have to do this. Women definitely don't have to go for Jummah. So this don't have to find these structures and find fitna. You just do your practices, watch online, connect with your shaykh and pray that you stay safe through very, very difficult times that are coming, meant to confuse people so that they leave the umbrella of protection. So when everybody's under the umbrella of protection, shaitan is whistling to somebody, come, come, leave the umbrella. Why? So that it takes them out and destroys them. There's no protection with shaitan, inshaAllah.
Sayyidi, this question comes in an email. As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah.
We're trying to learn meditation and establish a connection. During meditation we face demonic wild animals and a big devil holding them with a chain. What should we do when this occurs during meditation?
Keep making your connection. That's nice that Allah allowed you to see that because that's the reality for everybody. Tafakkur is not something easy, especially from the shaykhs when they're giving a permission, they're giving permission for you not to fight your devils. So as soon as you try to sit and you do it according to how it's being taught, ask for the shaykh to be present. And as a result of the shaykh being present, it's a mirror of truth. Then if you start to see the devil and all these things, then this is a sign that these are your characters, these are the dogs that are holding you and in you and around you. Keep making your rabita, then begin your awrad. Your zikrs, or if you're doing breathing meditation you breathe. If you're doing your salawats with your tafakkur then you start doing your salawat. This is the whole way, this is the reality of the way. InshaAllah. Make sure you write the realities because then you don't understand the teaching. You come back 2 years later say, what the shaykh said, and you don't remember nothing. When you write, it writes into your heart. Even you wrote it 100 times, it's 101 times into your heart. If you're sitting just looking and not writing, it's not going into you, it's just coming through your ear and going out. Then if they come back and say, what the shaykh said tonight, you say, I don't know, I don't remember. You're not a advanced person that is absorbing everything, that doesn't happen. It's a people whom write. Why? Because when you write it writes to your hard drive. When you don't write it's not writing to your hard drive, it's going to the hallucination of your brain, right? Because this is a very high level to think that your heart is absorbing realities. But you have to write it to your hard drive. The only way to write it onto your hard drive is when you write by your hand. When you write by your hand it's on your book, in your kitab, on your soul and actually your book. So you can go back and say, what did the shaykh just say? What did he say last night? You have it. If you let it through your ear then whatever shaitan is talking to you, you heard something different. He said this and this and he didn't say that because your shaitan came and retranslated it. So that's the secret of this way is based on the qalam, iqra bi-ismi rabbika. So this way of iqra is bil qalam, alam bil qalam, taught by the qalam. Even you heard it 1,000 times, write it 1,001 times. That may be the time in which Allah unlocks something for you. right? People say, oh what dhikrullah? I said Allah, that's it. Why have to say Allah, 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 Allah? Are you serious? You thought like you said it one time something opened for you? Your secret may be in 10 million Allahs and you decided to stop on the 5th Allah. Say, I did not fall. No, our life is you do, you do, you do until Allah open and click, and all of a sudden that knowledge became something real for you and inspired within the heart. You understood that, and then your whole life back and back and back, and you keep referencing your notes, look to your notes, and these are also burned within your heart, your soul, and the angels change your sustenance. Because now you're walking kitab of Haqiqatul Muhammadiyah. So everything about that servant begins to change. This is the honour and the dress of the servant, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, often we feel as though the regulator assigned to us is trying to steal our positive energy, leaving us feeling powerless to stop it. How can we maintain our positive energy?
Durud al-Sharif, Shaykh, alhamdulillah. This is the job of shaitan. Your regulator is a shaitan from that talk. Everybody has a shaitan assigned to them, otherwise they would be superheroes. Now what was the talk we gave? How many trillion cells do we have? Huh?
9 trillion.
9 trillion cells, and I don't know, I don't remember the number, and you had 3-4 volts per cell of electricity. I mean you have like 70 trillion volts of energy on you. And scientists are baffled that we know scientifically it's true that there's about 70 trillion volts of electricity on a human being, but we don't understand where is it. You know what you could do with 70 trillion volts of electricity? Be your own stargate. You turn your energy and you move through dimensions. You turn on your energy through your mind, you make everybody to believe what you want to believe. You through your energy you can lift the entire room, the entire globe. This is the haqqaiq of the soul. So Allah didn't send the superheroes onto this earth, they're from paradise. You're more powerful than angels. They show at these movies, oh the Anunnaki came, they were giant angels, they came upon this earth, they created big fitna. As if this was something, oh you're more powerful than angels. The angels they made sujood to you and your grandfather, right? Bani Adam, وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ عَلَمَ اسْمَ كُلَّهَا. It was taught in knowledge, and the angels went in sujood al-ihtiram. So what do you think about then the people whom are custodians of knowledge on this earth? Yeah, so they're more powerful than angels. So where is these then 70 trillion volts of electricity and energy that has infinite capacity from the soul? It doesn't come and then now your battery needs to be recharged, it's infinite power coming from the soul. That's what we said, then watch when Allah opens the reality for the servant. From the fire 70 trillion volts will come out from their eyes, that through their eyes they can burn anything that they see. And we have in the lives of awliya these different examples. These awliya their eyes were so powerful they had to put dark glasses, because if they looked at you, you would pass out. So where are these 70 trillion volts? That if you try to touch them, if they release 70 trillion volts, what happened with you? Yeah, so this science knows this reality, where are they? But Allah attached to us a regulator which is a shaitan, and the shaitan's whole purpose is to pull your energy so that you don't have these volts. Anytime you listen to that shaitan, follow the shaitan, eat from the shaitan, your voltage is gone. Our life was to come and fight that shaitan. That's why he said, Juj and Majuj are jinn, and all the external people, you don't know anything from Qur'an, they're humans. And then can't give a sobat in the comment section, but we teach it later on the videos that who's human? On 7 billion people on this earth, Mawlana Shaykh Nazim Sultan al-Awliya said 99%, and then you say even more, they're jinn, they're not human anymore. Where you see human beings? Human, insan means the walakal karamna bani Adam. The people of human and humanity, they're the people of paradise. Where are they now on this earth? That they glow and they have beatific character, they have lights, their hearts are filled with illumination and the knowledges of home. You can't even talk about your home, you don't remember your home. Have you ever met a person who doesn't know their home? What do you call them? Imagine you walk down the street and say, where do you live? Say, I don't know. Where you came from? I don't know. What you doing here? I don't know. You'll be very frightened of them without using any bad words or derogative understandings. But somebody who doesn't know their home and where they came from, they're scary. So when you talk about Bani Adam, you have to at least know about the malakut. I came from there, I know the king, I know the realities, I know my home, I know where I came from, I represent my home on this earth. Those are very few. So who's left here then? The people who gave themselves to their jinn. As soon as you gave yourself to the jinn that Allah says is attached to you, in the Qur'an Allah says, I have attached the jinn to everyone. As soon as you give yourself to that jinn, you're a jinnan, you're the jinn. You're going to eat like him, talk like him, act like him, fiery, aggressive, and every moment something different. Because these are the bad ones, the flammable ones. They're flammable, combustible, explosive. And more you begin to look like them till you're like a walking lizard with all sorts of markings on you, very explosive. They say horrific things, kill them all, burn them, they say awful things. We post something and you see all of these people come. They're killing people now in the million children they probably killed. They keep giving a low number but that's not a low number, they killed 1 million people there. They give as a sacrifice for their God, for their demons, so that they can get favours from their demons. And all the people in the audience, yeah, kill them all, kill them all. These are humans? So already Juj and Majuj jinns are all here. Imagine when they really come, Juj is 400,000 nations and Majuj is 400,000 nations. These are alien nations that are coming of jinn. So humans are not human anymore, they lost their humanity. They gave themselves to the creature inside and the creature has overtaken these people. InshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, with the reality of Prophet's light being the source of all creation, has and does the Prophet ﷺ appear in other dimensions and planets for other creations to guide them?
Allah al-Khaliq is the one whom creates. So Allah's qudra and might hit the light of Muhammadur Rasulullah, creation comes into existence because it doesn't come into existence from la ilaha illallah or in la ilaha illallah. It comes from the power of Allah, but that creation doesn't come within la ilaha illallah because la ilaha illallah is clear, it says la, it's just illAllah, so there's nothing there. Allah's qudra and might, the creation is not there. So Allah's qudra and might hit the ocean of Muhammadur Rasulullah and then more creation comes into existence. So then don't look outside but call insan kamil. Imagine now this soul contains everything. So inside the soul of Prophet are all galaxies and universes infinitely. How many cells do you produce on a day? How many cells come into existence? Who's the doctor there? Dr. Naveed knows. How many cells a day do you produce here?
Every 6 months we regenerate a new body. That's what I know.
Entire new body, and daily how many cells we have coming into existence, and then how many cells are going out of existence. It's like entire galaxies. Billions of cells that are dying and billions of cells are being rejuvenated. You're an entire galaxy, just you. Stars going out of existence, stars coming into existence. And just one insan, that's why we said the insan al-kamil is, we used to see cartoons and movie shows as a child where they would make these people small and they would go inside a body. But look to just yourself and say the amazing reality of just your body. You have cells that are defense, you have cells that are serving food, you have cells that are doing this and doing that. You have an entire creation within your existence and in vast and huge numbers. How many miles of veins does a person have? How do they have the 11 essential organs just like the 11 planets? You have a sun and a moon, your heart is the sun, your head is the moon. So Allah created for you an entire galaxy, you are a walking galaxy. Once you know yourself, Allah will give you command of His external galaxy. But when you can't command yourself, how you can be given the command of an external galaxy, an external reality of the kingdom of light? You want to work for the kingdom of light, then control your dunya kingdom. Control your heart is most essential. If your heart is not illuminated, it doesn't understand how it's going to have light. It has to have la ilaha illAllah and has to have the ishq and muhabbat of Muhammad Rasulullah and sparks the heart. As a result the heart becomes lit and begins to light the moon, and their head and their faces become luminous because of qamarun. And then everything else has to be governed. How are you going to govern all your organs? It's with the breath of mercy, nafas ar-rahmah. It's a divine and nourishing breath that comes and dresses all the organs of the body. And how are you going to feed your galaxy so that it's not fed by shaitans and that your galaxy become overridden by demonic presence? It means your heart has to be clean, your breath has to be clean, and your heart has to be making dhikr of Allah so that it burns the shaitans that are coming through your blood, through your breath, through your lungs and into your blood, into your heart. Only by the dhikr of Allah. What is the dhikr of Allah? Allah's dhikr is, inna Allahi wa malaikatuhu yusalluna ala nabi, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, because you're praising Allah, wa ali Sayyidina Muhammad. This is the dhikr of Allah and the dhikr of angels. When you make that dhikr, the heart becomes fire and any blood passing through it is being clean. Dhikrullahi tatma'innu quloob. The only way to burn the fire and the heart and the blood is that the heart is lit with dhikr, and any shaitan trying to pass into that blood will be burned. That's why they don't go to the heart of the Ahl dhikr, because they're not going to go there and get burned. And as soon as that blood passes through, inside the blood is a hadat iron. That's what makes the heart to be red. That iron will attach the qudra of Allah upon that iron. So as soon as it passes into the heart, the fire cleanses it of all bad spirits and then stamps the iron with dhikr and nazma and qudra. That power then goes through all of the organs of the body. So then they become lit, they're continuously walking power plants. Now I understand, okay, this is where the 70 trillion cells lie. When you want to illuminate the cells, then it has to be with the dhikr, with the meditation, the tafakkur, so shaitan's not entering the heart, not making an attack upon the heart. So this is the immense realities of tafakkur and contemplation. That's why get the timeless reality, study the timeless reality and study the qudra, the whole curriculum. We have the book on angelic qudra. So what is power? Angelic power is this heavenly lights and energies, inshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, in the Prophet's soul, where do the people of zikr and tariqah reside?
Around the heart, because where is zikr? Where is zikr for you? You don't do dhikr in here. So I said we are a sample of the Muhammadan haqqaiq. Whatever we're doing for ourselves is what? We're trying to bring the love of Allah into our heart, bring the love of Prophet onto our light. So our light has to be Muhammadun Rasulullah, ma fi qalbi ghayrullah, nur Muhammad because your nur is not Allah, because you're not shareek with Allah. Bring the power of Allah into the heart and make your light to be Muhammadun Rasulullah. Then you become walking La ilaha illAllah and Muhammadun Rasulullah, because that's the haqqaiq. Because the power of Allah is continuously powering Muhammadun Rasulullah. So if your light is Muhammadiyun, then your heart is the reality of La ilaha illAllah. That La ilaha illAllah is the entire power for your light under Muhammadun Rasulullah. So this becomes the immense power, immense power. This is the power that burn away shaitans, this is the power that bring lights and illumination, and this is the power of the Holy Qur'an. As soon as the Qur'an looks to you, reads your biometrics and understands that Muhammad Rasulullah is in this person's light and begins to reveal itself to the servant. Otherwise there's no way to steal the knowledge of Qur'an. They tried that, they said every intelligence office on this earth studies the Qur'an. So it's not a secret that they can achieve unless they have the light of Muhammad Rasulullah. Ma fi qalbi ghayrullah nur Muhammadun sallallahu. The Qur'an looks at that phrase, there's nothing in their heart, no badness but Allah, and the nur coming from that servant's eyes is all Muhammad Rasulullah. Immediately the Qur'an encryption code, like we said, all of these crypto is showing what? These are all encrypted codes and begins to reveal itself. And the muqatta'at are what? Are 14. These are seed phrases. So you came onto the earth and you lost your wallet, right? People who don't do crypto don't know what I'm talking about. But when we first started to play with the crypto, our tech guys are teaching us, Shaykh, these are the seed words, 12 and some of the more advanced one 24 words, random words, golf cart, mowing, whatever the words. They said, don't lose this 12 words or 24 words. Any wallet you put it back in will rebuild your wallet of whatever crypto you put into it. Everyone will try to steal your words so that they can reproduce your wallet somewhere else. This is a technology came on this dunya, but what was the original technology? that Allah put upon the Qur'an what we described. He is not going to give anything to the servant unless it sees that the heart is clean with Allah and the light is Muhammadun Rasulullah. And as a result the Qur'an also has seed words. The muqatta'at which are 14 are seed words. Is it 14 or 28? Those seed words have to be unlocked and they have to be remembered. So we came on to the dunya and we lost that, and our life is to regain that. InshaAllah.
As-salamu alaykum Sayyidi.
Wa alaykum as-salam wa rahmatullah.
Sayyidi, what is the reality of Shaykh Abdullah Daghestani of reviving his heart by doing zikr of la ilaha illAllah when he was passing on to the world of light?
Oh, very powerful dhikr. InshaAllah. You have to do the dhikr, and we have the talk on the reality of la ilaha illallah and reviving the heart with Muhammadur Rasulullah inshaAllah.
Sayyidi, as-salamu alaykum.
Huh? What happened?
Are you continuing?
No, let's stay on the subjects that we're talking about, don't go left and right because then we're going to throw me off. Yeah. That's it. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifoon wa salaamun al mursaleen walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen bi hurmati Muhammad al-Mustafa wa bi siri Suratul Fatiha. Fatiha Rasul Kareem. Ameen. InshaAllah dress us and bless us. We have a whole section on the muqatta'at and ilm huruf and the letters. I don't know if it's 14, 28, 29. InshaAllah. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Shaykh Nazim. Thank you for watching the video that you're watching. InshaAllah, if you're happy with the content and happy with these programs, please support the button below, the programs that we have for our orphanage repairs, our water well, Give the Gift of Life, our mobile food vans. We have now 5 vans: Vancouver, Chicago, Los Angeles, Pakistan. There's many programs that reach thousands of people and rescue foods and give those supplies to people in need. Your support is greatly appreciated. Also, be so kind as to leave loving comments and please share the stream. Every bit counts. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.